Well, good evening.
Good evening.
Here's a report for Thursday.
DutchMaynia Day 3.
And it was Belgium Day.
It was.
We got up again early, had a nice breakfast here in the hotel.
Wonderful breakfast. Fun fact.
Yes.
Here in the Netherlands, on their toast, they make toast, then they put butter on it, and then they put sprinkles on it.
Yeah.
I may never come home.
Right.
Just saying. So we had a lovely breakfast this morning.
Right.
And then the bus left at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
And we drove first about 2.5 hours to Ghent. In Belgium. And we stopped the bus right outside of a needlework shop. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to pronounce it, so it's something and that I will butcher. I know there's a in there somewhere.
Yeah.
In the shop tour, you'll hear me say it and all that. And it was absolutely amazing.
Yes.
It was chock-a-block full of the cutest little buttons and ribbons and trims and all the things. And it was actually the owner's home.
Yes.
And so
they live upstairs over the shop.
Yes. Crazy. Yes. And so we saw this a little bit yesterday at the Handwork boutique, and then we saw it even more today at the needlework shops we went to. But we all, I think, in the U.S. have heard of the European designers like Corey Ibatakori and Madame Chantilly and all of these European designers.
Right.
But the
variety of each of those is so much wider over here.
It's insane. And it's even more deeper.
Rows and rows and rows of tralala and Chantilly.
Thistle and
it's lots of kits.
Yes.
Lots of imported kits, RTO. I mean, they would be imported from the United States. Just kits that are...
You might see at home, but they would be probably double or triple the cost.
Are so reasonable.
Yes. Like a full kit for 20 euros.
Right.
Which is fantastic.
Which you find online for $35, $40.
Yeah.
So
the people that own the shop, they are sisters, and they had also like just the cutest window displays. Amazing. And we were in there for probably about an hour and a half maybe. With all, we have a total, we did a total group headcount today in there. It's 11 of us in this group. So we'll probably explain this a little bit more, but because I want to clarify exactly how it came to be this group. But there is 11 of us that are staying at this hotel. There's one girl who is staying across the street at a hotel. We're all staying at this hotel. We all travel on the bus to the different places together. We all eat together and do all the things together. So it's crazy. So, okay, so we went to Ghent needlework shop and then had a lovely time. This is the name of it. They said to say it Gaerenhuys.
but I think that's how it says. So I'm going to show you around because it's freaking cute in here. Okay, here we go.
after that, we got back on the bus, and we drove 45 minutes roughly to Brugge.
Brugge in Belgium as well.
Yes.
And it is...
Holy moly.
It is just an amazing, amazing city.
I think it was Roden who told me this morning that Brugge is the gem of the country.
Yes.
And that is not a lie.
Right. So we got off the bus. We walked into the kind of the square of the city of Brugge.
Where they had a huge Christmas tree up in the middle.
Yes.
And
the buildings, the architecture, the cobblestone streets, the horse-drawn carriages, the musicians, the street musicians.
It was amazing.
Lunch on the square. Down to the canal.
Yes.
And
had a canal
we
tour.
had a canal tour of the town.
Yes. So the majority of my pictures from today were taken while on the canal tour.
Yes.
Because seeing the architecture from that viewpoint was super, super cool.
Amazing, amazing. Chillier today
that's okay.
than the day before, and I think it's going to be a little
chilly
colder tomorrow. But it was an amazing, amazing day. On the way back to the van, we found yet another shop.
Well, before we found the shop,
oh yeah,
I said to one of the twins, I don't remember which one now at this point, but I said, I have one request. I am in Belgium, therefore I need a waffle.
Yes, she needed a
hot
waffle. Yes.
So we found a little shop.
Yeah.
And they make them fresh right there.
Right, on demand.
And then you put whatever you want on it. So I had mine with Belgium milk chocolate.
Yes.
And then I proceeded to die and go to heaven.
Right.
Because it was the most amazing thing I've ever eaten in my life.
I had a mouthful of hers.
She did.
And our friend Diane got one with strawberries and cream on it. And she just basically took 2 or 3 bites and handed it to me.
Yep.
And I did it justice.
She did. went
to a couple of chocolate shops.
Yes.
Souvenir shops, and headed back to
the bus.
The minibus.
When we were on our way back to the minibus, that is where we found the cross-stitch shop.
Yes, another cross-stitch shop in Bruges.
Yes.
And
the pictures, I didn't take a full shop tour,
Right.
but the pictures, one of the things I've noticed in the shops we've been at since we've been here, which at this point is now 3?
3 or 4?
3.
Okay, we had the meetup and walked down from the meetup to 1.
Yep.
Then
the one in Ghent.
Then the one in Ghent.
And then the one in Bruges.
And the one in Bruges. So
yeah, so 3.
We're 3, yeah.
So the one thing that I've noticed is the variety of DMC products that is plentiful over here. Like, they have these cute little, like, baby yarn balls that are called Happy Cotton. And they're for crochet or knitting or whatever. You know, we don't know the difference. And but they're just so cute. They look like little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And they're so cute. And just the variety of them is just amazing. And the way they display them is amazing.
Right.
So I took a lot of pictures of that. So so that was pretty cool.
In the minibus, and we were all pretty beat.
Pretty
and
yeah.
Even though he kept the lights on in the minibus, I think several of us slept on the way back. It was about 2 hours back.
Yep.
And we've had the same wonderful driver.
Weeba
has been our driver, and he's been great. We also were, again, treated to a lovely dinner back here at the hotel.
Yes.
In the Hoek van Holland.
Yes, and Hotel America.
Hotel America.
And tonight we had salmon with
Spanish rice.
Was it Spanish rice or risotto?
No, it was Spanish rice.
Okay.
And
with like a marinara sauce.
Right, and
spinach salad.
Spinach salad with cherry tomatoes. It was absolutely mouth-watering.
Yes.
And
then after dinner, we all sat in the lobby and we all brought our bags of stash out and started showing off all of our stash. And it's
so much fun. So many laughs.
Yes, to see everyone's purchases.
Yes.
So today was just like an incredible day. And I mean, we're going to say that every day. I know that, but it was just really cool to like I felt like I was in such a European city all day because I was in a European city.
You don't understand how young the United States is until you visit Europe and realize that these civilizations. Nerden has talked about Holland during its golden age, and just these countries used to be the powerhouses of Europe. And their architecture is just
stunning.
It's just amazing. So it's just been an incredible day. We are tired, but we have a late departure in the morning, as in 9:30. That's going to feel like noon.
Yes.
And so we are probably going to get one of our best night's sleep tonight.
Yeah, we are.
And we'll be back tomorrow night with a report on
what we do tomorrow.
What we do on Friday.
Yes.
So stay tuned.
It would be fantastic.
I hope you get a sense of our warm memories for each day in the moment.
Yes. Yeah. It's been insane.
Yeah,
insane.
just incredible.
It doesn't feel real still. Like,
No.
it feels like we just keep waking up in the
We
same
have to
dream.
remind ourselves that we're in Europe, that we're in Belgium.
Today, I was sitting there standing there on a cobblestone street in the middle of Bruges, eating a freaking Belgian waffle covered in Belgian chocolate. They even stuck a Belgian flag Twizzler thing in it, and I looked at Pam and I went, "I'm eating a Belgian waffle in Belgium with you right now."
Right. It's incredible.
And she's like, "I know, Steph. I don't know what to tell you."
Yeah, yeah.
It's
so
crazy.
Our group has gelled to this point that we are all up to date on social media with each other.
All good.
And
everyone is friends with each other and following each other.
We're going to stay in touch after this trip, but we've made such wonderful memories.
Yes.
So stay tuned for the next installment.
Yes.
It'll be the report on Friday.
Yes, it will.
All right. Until then, good night.
Good night.
Okay, so we were in Ghent first.
Yeah, in Belgium.
In Belgium first part of the day.
Yes.
And we went to another shop in Ghent. And I'm going to try it. Maybe Gaerenhuys? Not sure.
That is
Gaerenhuys?
the name of the shop.
Right.
That is their information down below.
Right.
If you want their information, then I suggest you pause and screenshot.
Right.
I will also link their website below.
Now, this was the one... Yes, this was the one that was owned by the sisters.
Yes, it was.
And they live above the shop. So if you needed to use the facility, you basically used their personal bathroom. It seemed like to me. I went upstairs and I was like, I feel like I'm in somebody's home.
Yes.
But they were lovely. It was a very small shop, but they were very welcoming. And
Yes.
We enjoyed visiting their shop.
We most surely did.
And so I'll show you.
You're going to show first?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I saw this right away in the kind of the boxes that were on the table. Yeah. This is an RTO, which is...
what's RTO?
Estonia.
Oh.
That's
not what I was expecting you to say.
This is a kit, and I just love the colors. It's called Snow Falling.
It's amazing.
And look at this thing. Look at this thing.
Start that tonight, Pam.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh, man.
And it's all separated out.
Wow.
I think it's probably...
It's definitely Ada because it's full coverage.
16 count white Ada.
Mm-hmm. And that is full coverage, ma'am.
Isn't that amazing? Snow Falling. And then this one was from Cori from Italy. Mm-hmm. And what was interesting about this is I saw the model up against a mirror near the front of the shop first. And
so that big piece
that sold it for me.
When you go through the shop tour and you see the big piece in front of the mirror, that's what this is. And I never would have ever guessed that's what this was.
If you look at this chart, it's called Shabby Advent Calendar because I can't remember, was it stitched on like a gray, like a wintry silvery gray?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the different dates on the calendar, the borders were done in white. Mm-hmm. From what I could tell.
Yep.
And it made all the difference in the world. So this is the chart. Would you buy this if you saw it like this? I bet you wouldn't. But to see this made up quite large.
Yeah.
It's quite a large design. And the borders are in white against a darker background.
Which looked amazing.
It's stunning.
Yes.
It's absolutely stunning.
Absolutely.
So I got that. Mm-hmm. And then Steph and I both saw some lovely finishing fabric, already pre-cut.
Bag fabric.
And without untying this, you can sort of get the idea. It's kind of retro kitchen appliance dishes. Mm-hmm. That kind of thing. So,
but as you saw in this,
my kitchen is blue, so I'm always attracted to anything like that. So I got a small piece of that, and
as you saw in the shop tour, that they sold, a lot more than just cross stitch patterns and cross stitch fabric, And, you know, there was quilting fabric and finishing fabric and ribbons and trims and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So, that's why they had these. And so this was a fabric that we saw, and,
they had some on a bolt, but we just said, let's just get the pre-cut. Isn't that cute?
aren't these just the most freaking cutest Santas you've ever seen in your life?
Yeah.
Plus, like, this is European fabric. Like, you can tell it's really high quality, and you can tell that it's, like, not even run of the mill. And it's probably 99% probable, but it's not available in American stores. So then the other piece of fabric I got is, it's male fabric. Like, so look at the little male tins and the little male trunks. Deliver joy. I die.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
So
Really
that's
cute.
for a bag, obviously. Okay. So then I actually got 2 kits, believe it or not. One is from Bob.
Now we're in Bruges, right?
Nope, this is
No, we're still in Ghent.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Kind of hard to recap.
Keep it up, Pam. It's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I have everything organized, so I would never put the Bruges stuff in the Ghent bag.
No, you just don't do that.
No, you don't. Okay, so this is a Baffi Threads Kit, and I was actually outside because the shop, since it was not humongous, obviously, and there was 11 of us, it got hot in there, and I was just like, I'm just going to step outside for a second, and I wanted to take pictures of their window displays because they were so freaking cute, and I saw this in there, and I immediately went back inside, and I was like, I need help. Where is that? And I'm pretty sure she took it out of her window displays to sell it to me. So this is from Baffi Threads, and it's called Vintage Xmas Ho Ho Ho.
Isn't that cute?
So I've seen Baffi Thread kits before. Obviously, Pam currently has one as a whip, but I have never seen one that is not one of those cut-throughs.
And he's so different looking.
I'm obsessed with him.
Yeah, he's just so great.
I like his little glasses.
Right, right.
And I really like the font.
Yeah.
And it comes with, obviously, all the stuff.
Yep.
Including the blue Ada. So that is not stitched, the background. I'm here for that.
Isn't he cute?
Here for that.
Yeah.
Love him.
Adorable.
Love him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other kit I got is... Hold, please. Is from... Oh, wow.
The Brodage Parisien.
So it's French.
Right.
And...
Oh, I love it.
It's amazing.
It's supposed to be made up
into like a little pouch of sorts.
Right. Oh, my God.
And I had to get it for obvious reasons.
Look at that.
It says, in case you can't read that, Bon Voyage.
Yep.
And so...
You get the pouch.
Get the pouch. I love this chart. There's a part of me that because you can see all the back stitch and everything on there, and the pouch is Ada. So my thought is, I obviously I don't have any immediate plans of stitching this. I want to soon though, but anyway, my thought is to stitch it and then send it to Karen at So Much to Love.
Oh, and have her put it.
Have her put it on a bag.
Ooh.
Because then I can stitch it on a linen or even weave.
And have the bag made out of some of that Delft fabric.
That's a fantastic idea. Okay.
I just thought about it just now.
Pam. I might have to start that tonight. Okay. And then I got another Madame Chantilly because I can't help myself. But again, I've never seen this ever before, ever.
Right.
And this is called Santa Arrives on ... And I guess the theme of the day was airplanes, I guess. I don't know. But how cute is that?
Yeah.
I also think that it's hilarious that it was photographed with a big wrinkle down the middle.
Yeah.
But they had a model of this at the shop as well.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
And I love all those packages. It's just so freaking cute.
Yeah.
And Santa Arrives on by Madame Chantilly.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last thing I got was from Tralala. I don't know. I know it says Noel on it, but I couldn't tell you what the heck the rest of it says.
Hold on, let me see. Yeah. Three years of high school French. I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
Of something Christmas. A red Christmas. Hello, French people, help us out.
Help me. So this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's most important what you want to see. Look at that reindeer.
Yeah.
Look at that mouse mat sleigh.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that tree. Just stop.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
That's the title of it.
Yeah.
So something Christmas.
Right.
I don't know. All I know is that it's cute.
Right.
And I bought it.
Right.
All right. And then this is funny. This is like a little bit of an overlap from the Handwork Boutique in Roden. She had a model of one of these at her shop, and at that point in time, I like literally noticed it on my way out, and I was just like, I wish I'd found that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's okay, because I found it the next freaking day in Belgium, in Ghent. So this is called, I think it's the Christmas market?
Maybe.
Because they're all,
little
who's
hoops.
the designer? Bryn, whatever. So that's the designer, and look at them in their little freaking booths.
Mm-hmm.
And after going to a Christmas market, I now know that
Right.
that's pretty much what a Christmas market looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love all of them, and I thought I'm going to stitch them all in a row. I think that would
How
be
many
cute.
are there?
6.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be cute.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
how cute. And they come in this little laminated book.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Yeah, it's adorable.
So, I don't know. It's the colors are listed as different, though.
Laminated. Every page is
Every
laminated.
page is laminated.
It's
So, I
amazing.
might have to have this.
Let me see.
Look, her name is Stephanie.
Oh, Stephanie Lejeune.
Lejeune.
Like Camp Lejeune.
Yes.
There you go.
So, very, very cute. Love that. And then, okay, so as you saw in the tour video, that they had a lot of little, like, knicky-knacky things. And I'm one of those people that, like, will just buy something just because, like, it's ridiculous. And banana pants. And so, I got these toilet buttons. What in the actual hell am I going to put these on? I don't know. But I got toilet buttons for when I need it.
Yeah, so you got what? You got the
The
toilet
sign,
paper roll,
the toilet paper roll, the actual toilet itself, and the brush.
and the brush,
Yes.
and the sign that says toilet.
So it's French.
Because you need a sign.
Nope, don't know how to say that. But
What?
this,
Oh,
Atelier Bonnier du Jour. Bouton, decoration.
I think atelier is store or shop.
Okay, cool.
But anyway.
So, toilets. Because that's hilarious. So that is the haul that we got at the shop in
Ghent.
Ghent. And
Right.
So as you know from the vlog that you already watched, after we went to Ghent, we went to Bruges.
Right.
And there was a needlework shop. And I did not buy anything. I
Right.
just took all the pretty pictures you saw.
Right.
And
We saw it going into the square in Bruges, and then,
Yep.
of course, we did the river, the
canal.
canal,
Yep.
boat ride. And then on the way back to meet the minibus,
Yep.
I said, can we please stop in? And actually, this was kind of fun because he probably, the man in there, he's a man about my age, I would guess. I don't think he knew what
he
hit
was
him.
older than you.
He
Here, give me the bag, please.
Yeah, so this was Handwork. You want to show the bag?
Yes.
Handwork Scharlaeken or something.
Scharlaeken.
Yeah, and nobody in there but the man running the business. But we saw this table topper, I guess you'd call it, in the window. And it's a Vervico or Vervaco. I don't know how to say this. I think it's Vervico. Kit. And Norma saw it first, and she said, Pam. And I said, oh, we'll go on the way back.
Yeah, it was in their window display.
Yeah. And so we found it. So it's kind of like a small tablecloth or whatever. And look at all the little nautical red, white, and blue, and all the little maritime.
And you wouldn't really,
Motifs.
I mean, you wouldn't have to put it on the tablecloth if you didn't want.
No. But I mean,
you could just do the row.
Put it on a table if there's going to be food. But there's all the threads.
Love it.
So that's
And it comes with Weigert linen too.
and it's just called maritime.
Cool.
So yeah, Vervaco. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they sell Vervicos kits in America.
Yeah, I've seen that before. And then he saw me put my hand on this, and he came right over. This is from Luca-S. And I'm trying to think. I think they are from France. I think.
Okay.
Anchor Threads. It's hard to say because they put things in 3 or 4 languages. Oh, Moldova. That's right.
Yes.
He mentioned Moldova. So Luca-S is from Moldova.
He is. Lucky
And
man.
2 of us got kits.
Did Jean get the other one?
Jean got the other one, which was strawberries.
It was.
And I got the apples. And these are made in Moldova.
Yeah.
Look at that. Is that not amazing?
It kind of reminds me of the same aesthetic as your Lenarte pumpkins.
Yes. Yes. Very much so.
But it's awesome.
And Jean from our group, she got the row of
strawberries.
Yes. There were several other fruits that were featured. But what I started to say was, he came over. Yeah, look at that. All acre. And he came right over and he said, this is the best.
Yeah.
This is top of the line.
Super high quality kit.
But again, for a full kit, about $30, €30.
I mean, that's not bad.
I mean, that's really not bad. Copyright Elena Bazanova.
Fancy.
So she apparently.
See, this is the Set de Brodat quality premium line.
Right.
Is what it
He
says.
said this is top of the line. If you ever find any Luca-S. I mean, it looks like a painting.
It does. It's beautiful.
So Steph didn't get anything in that shop, but I picked up those 2. Yeah. And I was really thrilled we got a chance to go in there in Bruges.
It was super
So that
cool.
finished up pretty much our day in Bruges, which you saw a video of and pictures. And we headed home from Bruges back into the Netherlands that night.
Yes.
So
all right. So on to the next day.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Well, hi everybody.
Hello.
This is our nightly report on our trip to the Netherlands and surroundings.
Yes.
And
it is day 4.
Day 4, and we have spent the day
in Amsterdam.
Yes. This was the big city trip.
Yes.
And
it was cold.
Another epic day.
It was cold and rainy, and I'm telling you what, it was one of the best days of my life.
Yep.
I know I said that yesterday and the day before that.
Right.
But we're just going to count it as one big best week of my life.
Right.
So we got to sleep in a little bit this morning, which was nice.
Right.
And we left.
9:30 departure.
Yes, so we left here at 9:30, and it is about an hour and change to city center Amsterdam. And our minibus driver dropped us off. And the first thing that we did when we got to Amsterdam, we were in the Central Station, which is the big transportation hub of Amsterdam. So that you catch the bus, the train, the rent a bike, do all the things. So it was a very busy spot to drop us off in.
Amsterdam is a huge city.
Yeah, it's the humongous
city.
And so then we were there, and the first order of business was to meet a lovely woman.
Yes.
Her name is Simone.
Yes.
And she is a needlework shop owner here in the Netherlands. Her shop is mostly online.
Right.
The name of the shop is escaping me right now, but when we do it live from home, we'll have all the info for you.
Right.
And she was unable to come to Roden the other day, for the meetup, and so she wanted to come and meet us and do some stuff with us in Amsterdam, so she met us there.
Right.
And then we walked and we got on another canal tour.
Right.
And it was nice because it was a covered.
Right, because it was kind of rainy in Amsterdam today.
Kind of rainy, it's putting it mildly.
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't like pouring buckets by any means, but it was just and it was windy, so the rain was...
Yeah, it's very, very chilly.
Right here.
But we went on this covered canal tour. Was narrated.
Yeah, you got little earbuds and put them in the side of the boat.
Right. There was a guidebook with a map.
Yep, it was
Showed
lovely.
all the canals of Amsterdam.
And all the spots to hit.
Yes.
And
we took the hour tour. I think there are a variety of tours.
There
We took
are.
the one that lasted an hour.
Yes, because there's lots of canal.
Good way to see the city, get a feel for the culture. The architecture is amazing.
Yes.
The age of the city is mind-blowing.
Totally.
We heard about landmarks like Rembrandt's house and Anne Frank's house and different other museums and buildings and so forth. We didn't take the time to see any of those things.
I'd go into them.
But we got a good feel for the history. Again, we've talked about the Netherlands Golden Age, which was really like the 16th century.
Yeah.
Which is just mind-blowing.
Right.
And I...
in the East India Company.
I think that was a good, a good way of getting a short introduction to the city for someone
who's never been.
Who's never been.
So the biggest thing in Amsterdam is, of course, the architecture and the houses. And if you notice in photos that you see online, or even some of the photos that I have posted, that the houses have a bit of a lean to them. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them do. And the big reason for that, and if you zoom in on some of the photos, you see at the very tippy top of the house is a hook. And the hook is there for the pulley system for people who lived on the 3rd floor or the 4th floor or higher. They hoisted their...
They were actually called hoists as opposed to pulleys.
Oh, well,
yeah.
They would, using the hoists, they would, their sofas and their refrigerators and their grand pianos and all their stuff.
To get them to the top floor.
And when you do that for so long... over centuries, the houses sometimes lean a little forward.
Right.
And then,
or to the side.
And the houses lean to the side because the ground is so wet, because they're on canals,
right,
that they shift over time.
Right.
So that's why they lean.
So you might see what you would know as a townhouse, or a section of street that is mostly townhouses.
Yeah.
And in the row, occasionally you'll see one that's just a little bit tilted. Just slightly.
Just a little tilted. And so that was pretty cool. And then after the canal tour, we got off of the boat, and it was pretty hard rain.
Yeah, that was the hardest rain. So we went to find a place to have lunch.
Yep, which we did.
And we found a place to have lunch, and
it was lovely.
It was really, really nice. We got a variety of different things.
Sure did.
And it was delicious. We had the designer with us during the lunch. Simone was with us. She was very interesting to talk to.
She was.
And she's trying to get a foothold. And
I mean, she's been in the business since.
Right. She also gave us free charts of one of her designs.
Yes.
Which was related to Sinterklaas.
Yes. And then after lunch,
that we went back into the center square.
Yes.
Of Amsterdam. It is the holiday season. There were a lot of shoppers.
Yes.
But we were advised that the people that are shopping right in the center of Amsterdam are the people with a lot of money.
Oh.
That those aren't the best deals, if you will. So, but we did finally find a nice souvenir shop.
We did.
I don't mean finally, but we did find a very nice souvenir shop.
Yes.
And we got several really good quality items.
We sure did.
the square and watched people.
Yes.
And discovered something.
Okay, so as you would find in a lot of squares and even in big, like even at Fountain Square in downtown Cincinnati, for some reason, pigeons like to chill out there.
Yeah.
So there was this big old flock of pigeons, and a bunch of people were like talking to them and hanging out with the pigeons, and I made a valiant effort to go over there by myself and just talk to the pigeons, but they didn't want nothing to do with me. And then all of a sudden, a man appeared. He was a very nice looking man, not like cute and attractive, but just a nice, friendly man. And he appeared and he said, "Here you go." And then he took my hand and he put wheat birdseed in my hand, and it was a pigeon magnet. And I have no fear of birds. I don't really have fears of things. So I was just, okay. And then all the birds, all of them. And then he took my other hand and did the same thing. Put more pigeons came. And then he put it on my head. And then I had pigeons on my head. And it was the most amazing thing I've ever done in my entire life. It was so cool. And not a single one of them pooped on me. Not a single one of them bit me. Oh. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It was just so fantastic. And the rest of our group was like, nope, nope. So they all just took pictures and videos of me doing the thing with the pigeons, and man, it was amazing.
Right.
It was amazing.
I've never been happier in my whole life.
There was also a group of relatively young people, maybe in their 20s, who were asking people to give them a hug. I don't know whether they were trying to get in the Guinness World Book of Records, but they were like, we're trying to get as many people to hug us as possible.
So we hugged them after that.
So we hugged them. They thanked us very graciously. They were the politest young people I've ever met in my life.
I just had a life-changing pigeon experience. Of course I will hug you.
Right. And so we explored the square a little bit.
Yeah, took lots of great pictures.
Then we, after we got the souvenirs, I think, after that.
We started walking to the flower market.
We also got a glimpse of the flower market.
Yes.
And so that was very interesting. And then we also went in and got one last little drink. Some of us got...
Fun fact.
Yes.
Heineken is brewed in Amsterdam.
Yes.
It is the home of Heineken. I did not know that.
Well,
I thought it was from Germany. But
yeah. So I had a Heineken in Amsterdam, which was wonderful.
Yes, bucket list item.
We got a little bit of a rest from walking and ducking the puddles, and so we sat in this little
burger joint, I think
burger joint or whatever, a bar
outside
and grill
the
or whatever.
Market.
And we watched people. We sat and talked, and we chatted. We watched the people.
And
these people on bikes are amazing.
So there's more bikes in the city of Amsterdam than there are people, believe it or not.
Right.
And the locals say, the twins have told us, that the bicycles are more dangerous than the vehicles.
Yeah, these bicycles are not like out for a Sunday stroll.
No.
They are going as fast as cars would.
Yeah.
In a residential neighborhood. And
they
are in a metropolitan city of 1 million plus people.
It's crazy.
And they are just zipping by you. Zipping by you. And they are all very skinny people, however.
All of them.
And so,
but I would be too if I rode my bike everywhere.
Yeah, if we did that, just think, we'd be in much better shape.
Probably.
The nicest young people. Everybody has been just so nice. We just had dinner. We had a lovely dinner of spare ribs and salad and frites, which are French fries. We had a wonderful visit with all of us. We had to say goodbye to one of the group this afternoon, our lovely 25-year-old sweetheart.
24.
Or 25.
She told me 24, I think.
Well, anyway, she's originally from Scotland, but she lives in London with her boyfriend, and she is just a doll baby. She is just a sweetheart.
I'm obsessed with
and
her.
I cried when we had to say goodbye to her.
Her name is Kedra.
And so, hello, Kedra. We love you.
Hi.
And
today sucked because we said goodbye to you.
Yeah, so she had to get a train to the airport to fly back to London.
Right.
And
which is about a 45-minute flight.
So we lost one of our crewmates and
overboard.
So we
but she is Stitchemush on Instagram.
Right.
So you see her. She has. If you follow the hashtag DutchMaynia, you'll see the Stitchemush, and she's posted some really great photos. She was so wonderful to have this week.
And so we missed her at dinner tonight, and tomorrow is another day. So we've been informed that it's an 8 o'clock departure in the morning.
Yes.
From the Hoek van Holland.
Yes.
And we will let you know what we do tomorrow after we do it.
Yes, we will.
So tomorrow is Saturday, and we're looking forward to another awesome day.
We sure are.
And until that happens, we're gonna say goodnight, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Good night.
Bye. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We are reporting again from our day in. Guess where?
As they say in Deutschland. Hello.
Hello. We went to Germany today.
Yeah.
How many times?
We went to Germany.
How many times do I have to repeat it before it sinks in? We were driven by our
fabulous bus driver,
minibus driver, Wieba.
Yes.
He took us to Cologne.
Or
Cologne, and we were met by the
lovely woman, Angie,
and her son Klaus.
Yes,
and she watches us from outside of
Frankfurt.
No, she's outside of Cologne.
Oh, duh.
Yeah,
duh.
Yeah, and she met us, and we proceeded to go toward what is known as the Dome.
Yes,
which is
D-O-M.
Which is the
most beautiful cathedral
and the oldest Gothic cathedral in the world.
I did not know that.
And it was built in something like 1248 originally.
1246, something like that.
Yeah, and then there was a long period of years before it was worked on again, but ultimately it was completed. It was breathtaking.
It was amazing.
It played a pivotal role, apparently sadly, an American target during the Second World War.
And a British target.
But they were not able to destroy it. You can see a small section.
Yeah, there's a small section on the outside of the church where you can tell it's newer brick, just newer since 1945-ish.
Right.
Where that was the little bit that was destroyed, but it stood the test of the war, which is amazing to me, and because Americans and British, we knew how important that church was to them. And, obviously there's a whole lot of history there in Germany in regards to the war. Right. So there's a lot to learn, and there's no way we could have done it all in one day. But
we did manage to go inside. You'll see pictures of the amazing stained glass windows. Oh. There were candles that you could light, and they were holding mass.
Yes,
so
there was a choir singing and everything.
There was a
beautiful
choir. We could not obviously proceed into the main part of the sanctuary, but it reminded me of the book Pillars of the Earth, which is set historically in the period of the building of the cathedrals in Europe. And so...
might need to read that.
Yeah, you might need to read that, folks. It's amazing.
So that was really cool. And so what I thought was really interesting was that on the outside of the dome, there were scaffoldings on different areas. And I asked Angie about that. I said, oh, are they, doing some reconstruction, whatever? And she said that there's never a time where they're not working on restoring part of the outside of the church.
And a big problem that causes it is air pollution. Air pollution. Cologne is, of all the Christmas markets in Europe, Cologne is the oldest. The biggest and the
all
oldest.
These facts today, though I did not.
And so we spent a good deal of time going through the Christmas markets, which was absolutely amazing.
It was just incredibly packed.
Incredibly packed with people. And we've learned that Europeans think that all that, shoulder to shoulder crowd is very typical.
Yeah.
They never say excuse me. They never say pardon me.
Nope.
It's just
go.
Hustle, hustle, hustle around.
Yep.
We did see a few bicycles, not anything like Amsterdam,
no.
but they have a huge central train station there, and we were dropped off and picked up by our wonderful driver Wiebe. And
then so after we went in through the Christmas market for a while, so we went in there and then we said there was no way that all 10 of us could follow each other and stay together. So we made a decision to split up, and we gave about half an hour, 40 minutes, and we walked around the Christmas market. So cool was, so after we met back at our meeting point after about half hour, 40 minutes, and then right across the street from the market was a very, very cute little a German restaurant with outside seating.
We got the potato pancakes and the applesauce with Angie and Klaus.
Yes.
And they were absolutely huge.
Ginormous.
And they were...
The applesauce was amazing.
The real thing.
So then afterwards, we went to this cute little restaurant, and they had outside seating. So we sat out there. It was not too terribly cold.
Right.
And if you think about it on a map, I mean, you could look it up, but it shares a latitude with Nova Scotia. So it's, for being that high up latitude-wise, it was not that cold, which was nice. I mean, we were bundled up, but still it was nice. And we ate some traditional German food.
Right.
We had some bratwurst and some sauerkraut and mashed potatoes.
Goulash soup.
Oh, it was
pretzels.
all so good.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
And then, but what was really cool was that we all sat, I mean, there were 2 tables of us, and we sat at the tables and we showed the things that we had purchased at the Christmas markets. And so that was really, really cool. So
Right.
Some people got some really cool things. We walked back to the dome. The first time in, it was really, really crowded, and there was a couple of us in our group who wanted to go back in and light candles, and they were able to do that, which was awesome. And then by that point, it was about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and it is about a 2.5-hour ride from Köln back to Hoekman, Holland. So,
Right.
So then we got in the car, or the bus, I should say, and we drove back to our hotel.
Right.
And we all freshened up, and then we met for dinner at about
Right.
8:15.
Right.
And tonight was make your own burrito night, which was amazing.
Right.
Just like all the food has been, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
And we sat and chatted for a good long while after dinner, and here we are.
Right. So tomorrow is our last full day.
Yes.
And we will be.
Don't tell them where we're going.
No, we will be having another report tomorrow night.
Yes, we will.
On what our last full day will be like on our DutchMaynia trip, and we will have a little bittersweet added to tomorrow as well. So stay tuned for tomorrow night, and probably our last
Installment of vlogs.
Installment of vlogs. So if you've watched all the way through, you pretty much will get to the end with one more episode. So
yes, or one more segment of this video.
Yeah, one more segment of this video.
But my biggest takeaway from today was that, so I have some German heritage in my blood. My father is part German, and his father, my grandfather, is obviously more German than my dad. My father wasn't like first or second generation American or anything like that, but I've always been fascinated with German history. I took German.
She used a lot of German today from high school.
I took 4 years of German in high school, and I never have used it since. And I mean, I remember some of the phrases like "Ich liebe dich," which is "I love you," and "Das ist gut, ja," which that's good, yes. And so I remembered some of that, but it was so awesome to see some of the signs and be able to read it and know what it says. So, like, I saw a sign with some open their hours on it, and it said Montag from Freitag, and I'm like, that means Monday through Friday. I mean, it was not anything very hard, don't get me wrong, but it was just really, really cool. And so I really would love to come back to Germany and go to Berlin and go to Frankfurt and see some more German heritage. It was very, very cool. I felt connected to it. So
and there were several in the group that today was the highlight. This was to go to Cologne. Yeah, like Jean, she said, I've been waiting for the trip to Cologne. So
fantastic.
Yeah, so it was very, very exciting. Yeah. Everything has just gone so fantastic, so smoothly. And it ended with a lovely dinner and discussion tonight back here at the hotel.
Yep.
So we will report back in tomorrow night on all of our adventures. Yes. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Bye.
So the next little section is not necessarily for one particular city, but it's just a collection of all of the cool souvenirs that we brought back. And then one little extra thing that I wanted to mention. We talked about when we were in Amsterdam, we had the wonderful pleasure of meeting Simone.
Right.
And she...
Just a brand new designer.
Well, no, she's not a brand new designer.
She's not?
No, she's been around since like 2011.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, yeah. But she's just recently starting to break into the U.S. market.
Oh, okay.
Is what is happening. So,
okay.
her name is Simone, and then her shop, this is what the shop is called. Soed?
I don't know.
She is a Dutch designer, obviously. She lives in Amsterdam.
Yeah, she met us at the canal boat.
Yes. And so I will link her shop below for you so you can see that. And so she had so kindly given us all these adorable little packages. I kept mine packaged up so you could see how cute it was. Look at the little cross-stitch peacock. He's so cute. And then this, I don't know how to say it, so I'm just going to show it to you. But it's for Santa Claus.
Yes.
And I like these one color numbers.
Yeah.
We just got that moon glow fabric.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I will link her shop below, and you can go check out her designs.
Yes.
And so the shop is, I don't want to mess it up. I want to give you the accurate information. SOED.
Right.
IDEE.NL. Okay.
Right.
So that is Simone again.
Right. She was lovely.
Yes. It was so good to meet you. I can't wait
We
to
had lunch
stitch
with
this.
her, too, in Amsterdam.
Yes, we sure did.
Yes.
All right. So the next batch is going to be some souvenirs that we got from different cities. So the first stop, as you follow along through all of this, has been our trip to Bruges.
Right.
And so I kind of decided, we didn't make a big decision before we left that we were going to do this, but I was like, wouldn't that be cool, since we went in December, if we got Christmas ornaments for our tree from every country we've been in? And so that we started with Belgium. And so this is the ornament that we got, and we bought this at the Christmas market, and that's us on the canal, if you couldn't tell. And he had a bunch of different ones, but this one made the most sense because we took the canal tour there and had the best time, and then he personalizes it for you. So Pam and Steph. So I got that one. And I don't want this to go anywhere that will break. Okay. And then let me show this one. Then the next country was Germany. And so this is the Christmas ornament that I purchased at the Christmas market.
Yes, that is
Köln.
That is the Cologne Cathedral.
Yep.
And
the dome.
And known as the Dome. You can see it as you're approaching Cologne. And it was an amazing experience.
It's so pretty.
Seeing that cathedral. Someone said that that cathedral in Cologne was a target.
Yeah,
a potential target. We did?
Yeah. In the blog that they've already watched.
Okay. And so that's an amazing story.
It is. Okay, then show them the mugs. Because you got those in Köln too.
We went to the Cologne Christmas market, which is either the biggest or the oldest.
I think it's the oldest.
And we got mulled wine, and we got them in these lovely, adorable cups. And I think that you collect them in every Christmas market you go to.
Yes, and they're new every year.
Because this says...
the Christmas market at the...
the Christmas market, Köln Dorm 2019. And so what a lovely commemorative...
Yeah, show them
We got...
the side where it has the dome on it.
Right.
See?
So, yeah.
So you can see it's got the church on it and everything.
They're just adorable.
And that's what it was like these little booths.
And I'm hooked on mulled wine now, so I need to learn how to make it.
She's got a pot boiling in the kitchen right now.
No, I don't.
I know,
but,
just kidding.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah. So just...
And it was Kelly who was telling me about how like people collect these and they go to all these different Christmas markets and collect them, and I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just lovely.
Yes. Just lovely.
Right.
All right. And then obviously because we spent the most time in Holland, and that was obviously the start of our trip, the majority of our souvenirs came from Holland. So they did have a like movable windmill ornament, but I was convinced it was going to get broken on the way home. So instead I went with I got this in Delft. And it is a painted Delft blue ornament with It says Holland on it.
In the shape of a tulip.
In the shape of a tulip, and it's got a windmill on it. So we're killing 3 birds with 1 stone. Okay.
Right.
So we will hang all 3 of these lovely ornaments on our tree this year.
Yep, the 3 countries we were in.
Yes.
Did I get this at Delft?
You sure did.
Okay, so I got a wine bottle stopper.
So everyone was like, I hope you brought some of it back. That's what we brought back.
Yeah.
Was a wine bottle stopper and an ornament, obviously.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Very cool.
I got a couple pairs of bicycle socks.
Yep.
Because bicycles.
Duh.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yes, they are.
Take your life in your hands.
Yes.
But the skinniest people I've ever seen.
So bicycle riding pays off.
It does. It does. I got a t-shirt that says Amsterdam on it.
Cute.
And so I like the color, and I just kind of wanted a shirt. I don't know.
I looked for one, but they didn't have any that in with windmills on it.
And a couple of us got these bags. Mine is from Amsterdam.
Look at that.
Zipper bag.
With the canal that we took a tour on.
Yeah, and the bicycles, and they were kind of good.
They're good old bags, you know?
Yeah, it says the city of Amsterdam, and it's got, like, photos and so forth on the side.
Yes, and then the last item that I got as a souvenir is, believe it or not, a glasses case. Because I actually, don't have... I mean, I have the ones that, Glasses USA sent me, but I don't have any nice ones. Mm-hmm. And...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice one.
So, I got this one. I bought this at the airport. Thank you, Amsterdam. At Amsterdam Schiphol, actually.
Right.
Okay, so...
so that's pretty much all the little treats and remembrances we got.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, so we will move on to the next day.
Right.
Bye.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
This is our last installment of our vlogging from our Netherlands trip. Yes. It is Sunday night. We leave very early in the wee hours of the morning to get to Amsterdam for our flight out. But today was another fun-filled day.
It was. It was spectacular.
We took off from here, from Hoek van Holland.
Yes.
And we were in the bus on our way to Rotterdam.
Yes.
And we... that is not very far. That was one of our shortest bus rides.
Yeah, maybe a half hour, 40 minutes.
Yes, and we met at the Hotel New York in Rotterdam.
So Rotterdam, to be clear, is it at one point in time was the world's largest port. It's now the 3rd largest in the world. I learned that today. And so when we got there, the Hotel New York is right on the water. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful.
The new part of Rotterdam. There's a new Rotterdam and an older part of Rotterdam.
Yes, and we made a special trip to Rotterdam, not just to see the beautiful sights, but most importantly, to meet up with a lovely woman and her daughter. Yes. And that woman's name is?
That woman's name is Inci.
Inci.
And her little daughter's name is Sichek.
Oh, Sichek.
I
wasn't sure how to pronounce it.
They live in Rotterdam. And
from within walking distance of the hotel.
They just actually started a FlossTube. We will link that in this video. Right now it doesn't come to mind. It's later in the evening.
Yeah.
I think it's Cutie something.
Yeah, I think
anyway,
you're right.
mother-daughter.
Yes.
They're adorable. She arrived after we had ordered coffee and hot cocoa and brought lovely gifts, and we took lots of pictures of us with Inci and Sichek, and it was delightful. It was just delightful.
Inci is so active on Instagram.
Yes.
She is cross.stitch.inci, which is INCI on Instagram. So if you don't follow her, you totally should, because she's on there all the time. It's fantastic.
Yes.
And she has been posting these sneak peek things for the last
Yes.
however long.
Yes.
And so she showered us with love and gifts.
Yes.
And we sat and visited with her for about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yes.
And had a lovely conversation about her life in Rotterdam, her life in general, which is a phenomenal story.
Right.
And you can learn a lot about that by watching her FlossTube.
Right.
So it was a joy to meet you both. Thank you so much for coming out this Sunday and seeing us. So that was really wonderful.
So the next clip is that we're about to tell you about is the amazing gifts that we got from Inci. So we told you all about her and meeting her and how wonderful it was and meeting her daughter and all the wonderful things.
So fun, so fun.
And on top of all that, she gave us gifts.
Yeah.
So I haven't unpacked the gift that was for the two of us, mostly because I wanted you all to see the lovely collection of things.
Yes.
So she gave us fabric, 3 different types of fabric, actually. Let's see if I can reveal it without revealing it. And then this was on the front.
She stitched that little couple.
Look at them.
And
are
finished
you serious?
It. Oh my gosh, is that cute?
And then this is a blue tulip, obviously, for display. This is one of the wooden shoes on a pencil. You can see the pencil down there. This is a pair of socks with the same little kissy couple. And then this is a House of Mang needle minder of a little Dutch girl. Look at how detailed that is.
Yeah.
How cute is she?
Yeah.
She looks just like her on the ornament. But that ornament is so cute.
Yeah, very generous. Yeah.
And
that's
tons,
not all, actually.
And tons of really cool fabrics for that project bag that I'm gonna have made.
Yeah.
So, or those 2 project bags I'm gonna have made. So then she had given all of our gifts to us in this really cool Holland bag.
Yes, isn't that
Windmills
beautiful?
of Holland?
Isn't that beautiful?
Please.
Oh my gosh,
I love it.
What a great
so
bag.
Much. And then she gave us both gifts. So she said that this is technically it's supposed to be for a book, but she said that she uses these for little project bags.
Right.
And I think that's brilliant.
Yes.
And so this is made in the UK from 7 Color Daisy. But it's like this really cool alternative Wizard of Oz fabric. See, like there is, let me see if I can get close. So there's Dorothy and the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, Hair Balloon, Fly Monkey, all the things. It's so cute.
Yeah.
And it's got this nice plaid on the inside. And it's really good material. And then on the inside were 2 charts from the Little Stitcher. And the first one is the Wizard of Oz. Now, I told Inci this too. Pam has actually stitched this chart for me. So she has okayed it to go in a giveaway. So it will go in a giveaway. I think Google just thought I was talking to it. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
And so this will look for this in a future giveaway. And then, but she also gave me this one. Dorothy's red shoes. Yes. There's no place like home. I love that. So
it is. It's just lovely.
Thank you so much, Inci.
Yep. We had hot cocoa with Inci and Boetiek, and it was the best hot chocolate we had had the whole week.
It was.
With whipped cream and everything on it, and that was in Rotterdam. Rotterdam was a really cool city to see.
Yes.
She gave me this rectangular pouch with lighthouses on it.
Nice.
And I love it. Very pretty, so familiar, and not so familiar lighthouses,
But very pretty.
but very, very pretty. And she gave me an ink circles chart called Dutch Beast. So that is very cool.
That's amazing.
That is amazing, isn't it? With the windmill and the ship and everything. It's
That font, though.
Yeah, that font. And
oh, look, it tells you all the things.
it tells you about the
bicycle wheels,
apples, the gold medalist, the silver medalist, the bronze medalist, the sailors, the dwarfs.
That's cool. I need to look at that.
Just amazing. Yes. So I just, it just kept, the beat just kept going on and on all week.
It did.
And
it was amazing.
She didn't have far to come to meet us at this, I think it was called Hotel New York, and there was a cafe, and right on the harbor in Rotterdam.
Yes.
And oh my God, that little girl, she's just
she's
just a little miniature mom. And I just could hug her all day.
Yes, and like we mentioned in the vlog, we will link Inci and her daughter's FlossTube channel
they just
below.
started making mother-daughter videos.
Yes,
so
which I am obviously all about.
By the time we left Rotterdam, the wind and the clouds were passing over, and they ended up clearing.
Yes, just in time.
Right.
So if you have, and I put this in my Instagram post tonight, if you have been watching any of our videos leading up to this trip, you know that one of my things I really, really, really wanted to see were windmills.
Yes.
Now, this desire to see windmills came from The Bachelorette, full disclosure.
Yes.
But that's where I realized how beautiful they were and just how magical they are. And I really wanted to see them in person.
Right.
And the girls knew that. The twins knew that. And so our second stop today was in a town called Kinderdijk.
Yes.
And the Kinderdijk is the windmills.
Right.
So there are 19 windmills. There are actually some people who still live in the windmills.
Yes.
And it was just so beautiful. And it's so fascinating to me to see in contrast, because the Netherlands, and I know that there are places all over the U.S. as well, who have integrated wind turbines into their agriculture. Whether it is for, most of it is obviously for wind energy. And just to see the difference between, there's wind turbines all over the country here in the Netherlands, and then to go back to 1400 and change when these windmills were built was so stunning.
Yes.
So much fun, and you go in, and it's for the most part, the best way I can compare it to is like a national park. Like if you were to go to the Washington Monument and you would walk into the national park.
In fact, there were signs that said no drones.
Yeah.
And I had to ask Weba, our bus driver, what are they talking about? And he said, actually, tourists will park away from where you have to pay to get in and send drones in if it weren't prohibited. Isn't that wild?
If you're one of those people, stop it.
And he even said that that's happening like at places like Stonehenge.
That's crazy.
Because they know they can put cameras on the drones and get these pictures. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But there were actually signs that were drones with a null set.
Yes.
And I was like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Our bus driver was phenomenal today.
Oh, as he was every day.
He explained, and that was not part of his job.
No.
To do any kind of guide work at all.
No.
And we have had him all but one day.
Yeah.
And he was a gem. He was a gem.
Yes.
He has driven in wind and rain and dark.
And light and sun.
To get us where the twins wanted to take us. And we could not have asked for a better minibus driver.
No way.
He was in big cities and small towns.
I dare you to find a better minibus driver than Weeba.
Yes,
Okay.
and he was down around these curvy cobblestone streets and big city expressways, and
It was impressive.
he's been phenomenal. So
Yes.
we loved Weeba,
And he gave us a lot of, like we said, he's not, he wasn't paid to be a tour guide.
No.
But he walked down with us to see the windmills at Kinderdijk, and he was telling us all this history and all these stories, and it was so cool to hear it from someone who's from here.
Yeah.
He lives in Rotterdam.
Yes.
So he knows a lot about the stuff that's around there.
Yeah.
So
Great guy.
yes.
We did start the day kind of on a sad note because we had to say goodbye to Linda.
No, that's fine. Go.
Yeah, we had to say goodbye to Linda.
Linda.
Who we just fell in love with.
Oh.
She is Linda
from Norfolk.
Linda Norfolk Girl on
From England.
Instagram, and she
took the ferry this morning.
Yes, she did. She got on the ferry right down here.
Yeah.
Because we were on the coast. And it was going to take her pretty much all day to get home. And then we also we didn't lose, but Kelly had to go home.
Yeah.
Kelly's been fighting a cold all week and made arrangements to go home a little bit earlier than she had originally planned. But she was a delight, and so we had our smallest group yet for dinner.
Yeah.
We ended up, after the windmills, after Kinderdijk,
So, real quick, before you say. So, when the planning of this trip was happening, there were a few open days, today included, and the twins proposed different places, and they wanted to know if there was any in particular that we wanted to see. And so we chose our third and final stop of the day, specifically because we wanted to see it.
Right.
And that was where, Pam?
And that was Delft. And if you think you know what that is, you're right. It is the blue and white porcelain ware.
Hand-painted pottery.
Hand-painted pottery. And we walked across the central square in Delft. We had a delicious lunch in Delft, and we bought a lot of souvenirs in Delft.
We did all the things in
we
Delft.
didn't go to the Delft factory. A couple of people have asked us that on Instagram today. But it
that was fine.
As
I mean, you
we
can
walked
watch
across the square in Delft and heard the church bells ringing. It was a very fitting end to our week.
It was. It was wonderful.
So we've just had a lovely pasta meal across the way.
Yep.
And just, lots of hugs. And,
Yes.
pardon me, most of us are leaving. We need to depart Hoek van Holland by 5 a.m. So as soon as we finish this recording, we will be retiring. And we will be probably getting up around 3:30 to make sure that we're ready to.
My alarm's going off at 4.
And all of our suitcases are packed. We've just left out what we absolutely need for the morning.
Never in a million years, so I think they were going to actually all fit. I've been telling Pam I thought so all week. Didn't actually think it.
Right. And so we managed to make it work. And we will have quite a ride to Amsterdam to get on the plane.
Yeah.
So we might nod off a time or two. They've packed us breakfast boxes, which they've frequently done throughout the week.
Yep.
This hotel has been amazing. The food here in the hotel has been amazing. And every place we've been, we've tried to eat what is the place is famous for. We've brought back so many gifts and shopping that we did, cross-stitch and souvenirs. And we are going to be remembering this for a very, very long time.
Yes.
So publicly, thank you to Nursen and Nerden.
Yes, thank you
the
so
Twin
much.
Peak girls.
This has been the gift of a lifetime.
This has been an amazing, amazing week. And you will hear from us next when we put this all together.
Yes.
Probably add an ending and a beginning.
Yeah.
And it will be our next video.
Yes.
So thank you for following us through this vlogging thing that we've just done.
Yeah.
We think that you'll appreciate that we're telling you about each day in real time.
Yeah.
And
as opposed to trying to remember and finishing each other's sentences and all
while
that.
it's fresh and so forth. And it'll be a memory for us to keep as
Absolutely.
well. So
and I don't know if in this video or in our regular video we'll put the pictures, because we obviously want to show you everything that we bought and all the wonderful, wonderful gifts we received.
Right.
So we'll see how
we'll see how all that editing goes. Between the 11 of us in the group, we've got a shared photo album, and it's amazing what pictures we all got of sights and sounds and each other. So we're going to stay in touch. This has been just a great combination of ladies, and
we could not
thank you to everybody that we met all around the area from
Roden to Ghent to Brugge to Hoek van Holland to Amsterdam to
the meetup in
Roden, which is what I said first.
Okay. So you can see we're a little tired, but we have a ride of a couple of hours, an hour and a half.
It's about an hour and change, I think.
Yeah. To Amsterdam in the morning before we get on the big plane to head back to. We're going through Toronto, coming home. So
yes, and so I also want to say publicly that I know that anyone who won the trip would have been, in our best hope, a really great traveling companion. So I don't want anyone to be offended by what I'm about to say, but we seriously could not have asked for anyone better with Norma.
No.
Norma was amazing. She went along with everything that we did. Because
Yes.
a lot of it was the girls had it planned. We didn't really know what was going on, which was fine.
Right.
But sometimes that's not how people like to travel.
Right.
And she just rolled with the punches and laughed with us and cried with us.
Yeah.
And
We're going to stay in touch, all of us. All of
amazing.
us. Just amazing.
We're coming to Norma soon.
Yeah.
Yes,
So, anyway, thanks for following along. We hope you enjoyed all the Instagramming that Stephanie did and all the random posts that I plugged in here and there and all of these videos. But this was the trip of a lifetime. So
Absolutely.
It was just amazing.
Yes.
All right. So we'll see you when we see you.
Yes, you will.
And I hope you enjoyed all of this put together.
Yes.
So until we see each other again,
Bye.
So this concludes our trip.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this was an amazing week, and it was brought to us by Nursen and Nerden of Twin Peak Primitives. We could not have handpicked a better group of women to share this experience with.
For sure.
We will Always remember it.
Yes.
It was choreographed so well. The food was amazing. The company was extraordinary.
Yep.
We laughed and told stories and laughed some more. It was something else.
It was. Yes. So, thank you all so much for watching this ridiculously long video.
Yeah.
I hope that you enjoyed all the things we shared. But we just really wanted to show you guys this adventure. And, yeah, it was the first time we've ever been to Europe, and I hope it's not our last. But
it changes you. If you ever have an opportunity to travel to Europe, particularly, a lot of people, you know, take cruises and so forth and so on. But I told Linda at one point I'm a different person, and she said, "What do you mean?" And I said, I think I feel more like a citizen of the world than just a citizen of this country, of the United States.
Yeah. And
we really need to step outside our bubble in the United States and see the world as other people see the world. And it was a mind-blowing, horizon expanding experience that I'm glad that I got to have.
Yeah, for sure. And there was
With
some
you,
so somebody had mentioned on one of my, like, commented on something, and they said you can't have a world view until you view the world. And are we world travelers? No. We went to 3 European countries.
Right.
However, it just was like we took everyone's advice in the soaking it all in part and the enjoying every moment part. And so it just was like,
we didn't do a whole lot of homework. We really didn't.
And I prefer it that way. It was so great.
We have the best times that we have had since we've started doing this, trips, retreats, whatever, have been if we just go with the flow.
Yep.
And that's exactly what we did.
Yep.
There were things that happened during the week over there that if you had tried to plan it, it would not have happened.
Correct.
So that is, things happened organically. We have formed a bond with the other 9 women, and that's going to last for a really long time.
Yes.
So we hope you enjoyed this, and we will be back
on
Sunday.
For a regularly scheduled programming video.
Yeah, regular video. We've got
with mail call, with whips, with all the things.
Yep. And we hope that you are getting ready for Christmas. Ours, for obvious reasons, will be somewhat quiet.
Yes.
We got to change out this wall.
I know.
And we will do that before Sunday.
We will. We promise.
So, thanks for coming along on this
trip to Europe
mega adventure that we've had, and we hope you enjoyed us sharing the highlights of it with you.
Absolutely.
And we are gonna close this up.
Yep, we are. It's time for dinner.
It's time for dinner again, of course.
Duh.
So anyway, thanks for being patient with us. Jet lag is a real thing, and we did need to adjust quite a bit. We had a couple days that were just lost days at either end of the trip. So, okay, so we'll see you Sunday. And in the meantime, I'm Pam.
And I'm Steph. This is
Just Keep Stitching.
Bye.